My name is Tozer. I'm an endurance athlete. I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes 12 years ago when I was 22 years old. I grew up playing every sport, soccer, basketball, swimming, tennis, you name it. I played soccer into college, and then since I was diagnosed, I have focused more on the endurance sports world. I've got into marathons and triathlons. So when I was diagnosed, I was coming off of a college soccer career, and so quickly I dialed in my diabetes support group. So that's my family, my friends, the JDRF community and network and content that they have on their website and within the individual chapters. So those are the things that help me start that foundation for how to live and be active and play sports while managing type 1 diabetes. When it comes to type 1 diabetes management and with exercise and sports, there's groups of different types of exercise. Mixed, for example, it can both send your blood sugar up and down, so it's a tricky one to sort of dial in, but it's more of like an intermittent type sport. So think of basketball, soccer, swimming. At times going really hard, but then over sort of a prolonged period of time. So if you're swimming, for example, maybe you're in the pool for an hour, maybe half that time is actually swimming, but then you've got breaks in between sitting on the wall. That can have a different impact on your blood sugar than other types of exercise. I love swimming. It's a fantastic exercise. Your entire body is being worked, and it's from aerobic to strength to endurance. It kind of hits it all. That's really where a continuous glucose monitor, keeping track of those blood glucose levels, what is it before, what's it during, what's it after, what does that trend look like? And working with your diabetes team, your endocrinologist, your nutritionist, etc., to dial in that plan, that type 1 management plan that's specific to you is such an important part of it. I've worked with my endo and my diabetes team for years to dial in exactly what works best for me. So when I step out of the door to go on a run or a ride or a swim or a workout at the gym, I know exactly how much carbs I need, that balance of insulin to carbohydrates, how that might change, so that it sets me up for both to have confidence and to have a successful workout. So another type of exercise is anaerobic exercise. So that's that max effort, high intensity, things like sprinting or weightlifting, high impact, high velocity. That can actually raise your blood sugar. We need to be careful there because some people think that they'll just take a full corrective dose, but it's not sort of a real high blood sugar. It's somewhat fake because of that increase due to that high intensity exercise. That's really where working with your diabetes team, talking through those scenarios with your endocrinologist to dial in how much of a corrective dose, if any, we should take. It's having my continuous glucose monitor on me, keeping an eye on my trend. Am I starting to go up? Am I coming down? Always having sugar on me and my insulin so that whatever direction that arrow starts to go, I'll be able to act accordingly. So another type of exercise is that aerobic exercise. It's that longer duration, moderate intensity. You're not at 80–90% of kind of your effort level, and that will tend to lower your blood glucose levels. So over a prolonged period of time, using a continuous glucose monitor, you'll see those numbers start to come down. And that's where using the CGM as an educational tool to say, this is what my blood sugar looks like over the course of 45, 60, 90, 2 hours, however long it is, and how much carbohydrate do I need to put back in to sort of, and at what rate to keep those blood sugars stable. Whether you have type 1 diabetes or not, exercise has tremendous benefits to your overall health, your mindset. Type 1 with exercise has its challenges. Now there's things to do to make it easier and easier to manage. There's by no stretch of the imagination doesn't mean you can't exercise or you shouldn't. I mean, you look at some of the examples out there in the type 1 community or within DSP, we have accomplished tremendous feats while thriving with type 1 diabetes. Those challenges are something that everybody with type 1 lives with. Your family, your friends, my wife, my kids, that's my support system. That's why I am extra cautious and extra mindful to be conscious of what I'm doing and always know what my blood glucose levels are. Because at the end of the day, I'm coming home to them, and that's what's most important.